got. Huh? Whichever ones you want. They're labeled, so you'll be able to tell which is which, but wherever you want to start. I haven't done.
The rear more difficult because you got that e-brake.
Okay. I haven't been able to do any content because it's been so cold here in Atlanta. So I've been hibernating. All right, so today we're finally putting on the ICOOH brakes. I know I posted about it a few months ago, but it's been cold, so I kind of just been hibernating and riding the stock ones for a little while. But these are the fronts. These are the rears. That's the rear caliper. And this is the front caliper. They're already pre-installed with bracket and pads. So let's get to it. All right, and this is just for the rear, but they're for both sets, fronts, rears. So the calipers come in the same box for the back and the front. And then also inside these boxes, you're gonna have a smaller box that's gonna have your brake lines. It's gonna have your bolts, all your hardware, and even some spacers for adjustment of the caliper when you put it on the rotor. And even a nice instruction manual that comes sealed in this envelope. So far, really well packaged and looks really nice. So let's start putting it on. All right, so we're gonna take these old ugly things off, all rusted up from factory. And then we'll put these on. And then we're also gonna do an extra wheel stud conversion. We got some titanium studs. These are 75 millimeter, and they're 14 by 1.25 with the 60 degree, I forgot that word, but you guys know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
No, you don't, right?
No, I don't. Of course.
This is the brake fluid that we use. Don't use anything different. So just for comparison, we took the rear rotor off, and look at the difference in size with just the rears on this brake kit. Massive. So right now all we're doing is just kind of cleaning this up so we can go ahead and install the new one. So far that's how it looks on, and then we also added the wheel stud conversion kit. These are titanium, and we'll talk about that once we're finished.
30 Newton meters.
So just an update, when you are putting these rotors on, this caliper is not gonna fit here unless you cut this protector plate here on both sides, on the bottom and also up top. And now we're just putting in the brake line, and the rears are almost done. And the rears are done. That's how they came out. And they look nice. Just in case you guys haven't seen the motor, running a Dock Race bottom mount with a 6266 Gen 2 precision turbo. Still haven't dynoed it yet. We're still dialing it in, but one of the main reasons we haven't finished is because we're gonna do the wheel setup next. So we're doing big brake kit today, and then we'll go ahead and change out these wheels for some bigger wheels with some nicer tires, so we can get some full grip, and then we can actually dial the car in one final time. Again, car's solid, no issues, just all maintenance and all upgrades. We just installed the big brake kit. We wanted to test out these new ICOOH brakes from this Chinese company. They're the only company I've ever seen that actually shows you the quality control and the testing of their brakes and how they make them. And so far they're solid. They feel really good. They stop really good. Pedals firm. I had to bleed it quite a few times because anytime you have a new brake kit, it's air trapped in the caliper, so you got to bleed it quite a few times. But I've given it maybe about 200 miles now, and they're solid. We also finally put on the Alibaba wheels that we bought. We bought BBS FIR reps. They are forged because I did weigh them, so they are about 21 pounds each. Which are actually lighter than the stock ones, so you can definitely feel that difference when you're driving. And they feel good, they balance good, they look good. The only thing I didn't like was, since I'm on stock M Sport suspension, there's still a little gap in the front, and I just don't like the way the gap sits. So we got something coming for that. We're gonna lower the car a little bit, so stay tuned. And right now we're on about E70. That's pretty much what the pump gives me right now. It's still kind of just transitioning into springtime, so that's all I can get out of the pump. But E70 is great. It boosts about 33 pounds right now. We added also a stage 3 low pressure fuel pump with a 525 Walbro pump. That's solid, no issues there. And yeah, man, car's solid, you know. So how does it feel driving a big power 340? It's just like any other car, to be honest with you. When you drive it like a normal car, it's a normal car, and when you want to get on it, it will be there to give you the power that you worked hard to put into it. So I'm super satisfied. People talk a lot about 340s and the reliability. Now, I do have a low mileage 340. I just hit 68,000 miles. So again, I haven't seen any of those oil filter housing issues or anything like that, but it's still a little cool. Yeah, I haven't seen any of those oil filter housing issues, radiator leaks or coolant leaks, nothing like that. Car's been super solid, and I love my car. You know, at first, when I first got it, I was transitioning from an E90 N54, and I will say that the E90 N54 interior is a lot better, in my opinion, than this car. So it took a little time to get used to with this, but I'm getting there. You know, I do miss that interior. The cluster's different, the lights are a little brighter, you have more of that BMW orange feeling to it. It's it kind of lacks that in the F-Series, and that's the only kind of con that I will say about the F-Series. But it's not bad. It's not bad. I think maybe in the future at some point, if they lower their prices, I don't know if they will or not, but maybe I'll try the 6WB cluster. I do like that cluster a lot. But just for a cluster, I don't see myself, you know, putting down about $1,000 to $1,200, depending on what website you get it from. So for now, we'll see. I also wanted to get the interior trim, the M Performance with the Alcantara. That's a little expensive as well, but again, anything for a BMW is probably going to be expensive. So
besides that, we're good. We have spent quite a bit of money though to get where we are. We'll say that. Dock race kit, bottom mount with the 6266 Gen 2. That's about $4,400 with shipping. You know, of course, you have to get supporting mods. You got to get your motive reflex if that's the, you know, the way you want to go with boost control, and then, you know, you have alternative options with it with port injection and stuff like that. So that's what I went with. You know, intake manifold, if you want to do injectors, I don't really believe in that plate with the factory intake manifold. You know, eventually that could be problematic. So we invested in a DO88 intake manifold, which honestly I think is one of the best manifolds out on the market for the price. It's solid. I still have had no issues, and my temps, I don't even have the mirror. I have the regular version, and the regular version, it's such a big difference with temperature, even in the summertime. I don't see 140, 150 IATs. I probably see maybe 110 or less. So that's being outside on a hot day in the summer. But definitely satisfied with that. What else we got? We got IDX 1050s. Those have been solid. The fuel rail from DO88 doesn't take adapters, so they're just pretty much plug and play. They sit good, they fit good, they seal, they're nice. What else we got going on? I do have upgraded CSF heat exchanger, just have not installed it. To be honest, my temps have been fine with the stock one, so there hasn't really been a need for me to put it on. But we do have that sitting in the house in the box still. Maybe I'll sell it, maybe I won't, I don't know. We're still on stock exhausts. I think the stock exhaust with the setup sounds perfect. It's not too loud, not too raspy. I have thought about upgrades. I think I posted a video about an upgrade, but the way it sits right now, to me it's perfect. I do have a few things that I'd like to change, but that I already have, that I'm probably gonna change in the upcoming weeks. But we're good. We're solid. And then price wise, like I said, we're probably over 20K right now in mods, and that's being generous. That's not including labor, that's just parts. And if I had to guess, because I still haven't put the car on a dyno, I have put logs into like chat and gotten, you know, estimates of what my wheel horsepower could be based on the logs. And chat says anywhere, you know, from 7 to 725 wheel horsepower, and, you know, 650 or above of torque, which that was the goal the whole time. It was never to be the fastest car. It was just something for me to have, to enjoy and have power when I needed it. And car solid, still on stock motor. I do have upgraded injectors from Nostrum stage 1s. I do have an upgraded high pressure fuel pump from Dorch. I got the DS25. And yeah, we've been solid. No complaints. And what I would recommend is, if these cars do have those coolant leaks from the filter housing and stuff like that, change it before you get the leak. Don't wait till it leaks. It's always better to do preventative maintenance than maintenance when you have to. It just makes things a little worse, in my opinion. So if you guys have the ability to do that, or girls, there's girls out there with 340s and F-Series and M3s and all the BMWs too. We didn't forget about y'all. But yeah, just try to get it done as soon as you can.